Yo, what's up? My name is Zach, and you are listening to the Attraction Game podcast. In today's audio newsletter, I'm going to answer the following question: should I stop texting him? Look, the answer is going to depend on the circumstances of your relationship or the situation that you are in. But I will say this: if you want to stop texting him because you are upset with him and want to stonewall him into submission, then that is a terrible idea. No relationship will thrive on something that is so passive aggressive and manipulative. Don't do it. It's not worth it. If you want to have a good relationship with someone, you should be able to talk about your feelings and have them listen to you and be receptive of what you are saying and come to a compromise. That's a healthy relationship. Anything other than that is just toxic and a waste of your time. That's my opinion. So if you're trying to stonewall him, that's a bad idea. Be that as it may, there are a number of instances when you should stop texting him. So I'm going to discuss this with you below, or rather in a second. But below is a link in the description to the article form of this podcast. It's more elaborate and touches on a few real life instances, which I would really love for you to check out. So be sure to click the link in the description and check it out. Okay, so let's get into it. The first reason would be if he doesn't text you back. If it's been days since he's texted you back, and you keep double or triple texting him, and you notice that he's online, he's active on social media, and he's not that busy, and he hasn't been busy like this before, then you should probably stop texting him. Any more text is just going to make you look desperate and weak or just crazy. I don't mean to be derogatory, but this is what or how these guys interpret this form of behavior. So you want to back off, and you want to just wait to see whether he notices, and if he does notice, whether he does anything about it. Okay, the next thing would be if he replies after days. Now, some guys prefer not to text often. They may text you if you text them, but they keep it short and sweet, which is fine. Because if their main aim is to establish a date, is to text you to set up a meeting with him, then that's fine. Because it shows that he wants to have an interaction with you in person. He doesn't value texting as much as he does courting you in person, which is perfect. But if he's not replying to you for days at a time, his replies, when he does reply, are uninterested, short, close-ended, and boring, and he doesn't try to meet you or call you or set up dates, then you probably should stop texting him. The next reason would be if he's rude and insulting. Look, people will only do to you what you allow them to do. In other words, once they disrespect you or insult you or be rude to you, it's your duty to draw the line. It's your duty to let them know that this behavior is unacceptable, and if you continue to do so, then there are going to be consequences. So if you've made it known that you don't appreciate being insulted or treated poorly, and he continues to do so, then you need to exercise some consequences in this situation, and the best way to do so is to stop texting him. If he cares, he'll apologize and he'll change his ways. If he doesn't, he'll continue to do so. So the next one would be is if he's losing interest in you. Look, when we fear the loss of someone we find attractive or exciting, if we are challenged to face rejection, our fear mechanism kicks in, and we tend to either fight or take flight. Usually we fight by thinking that if we do more, then that's going to build attraction and interest, which is actually counterproductive. Because if what you've done already is not enough, doing more so of what you've already done isn't going to change anything. So texting him more isn't going to make him want you more. In that case, the best thing to do is to actually back off, match and mirror his interest, and in doing so, pay attention to whether he actually starts to text you more often, seems more flirty or more interested. If he is appearing to be more interested afterwards, then you know that the frequency in which you were texting was too much, and you need to find a new balance that keeps him interested and excited. Okay, so the next reason would be is if he has met someone else. Look, the last thing you want to do is get involved in a love triangle or to be someone's second best option. It's not worth it. You want someone who is excited to be with you. You want someone who courts you like you are someone special. You don't want to be a choice, an option for some guy who has other girls lined up and is paying attention to all of them at the same time. I get it, during the early days of dating, guys tend to do this, even girls tend to do this. But in this case, if you're trying to build something significant and meaningful with him, it's pointless to compete with other girls, especially if you've known him for some degree of time. And if he's in a relationship, well, you should stop texting him altogether. If he is texting you or flirting with you while he's in a relationship, then this is a man who has low integrity, and you don't want to be with someone like this. So stop texting him if he has met someone else or if he's in a relationship. And I think the last reason to stop texting him is if he's using you. Look, guys who will use you for attention, for validation, to stroke their ego, or even as a booty call, these guys are never going to respect you. And they won't respect you because you keep allowing them to use you. So the best thing to do in such a scenario is to just walk away. Don't put up with such subpar behavior. Don't be a resource for a man, especially if he is uninterested in you and doesn't exercise the same amount of effort that you do. It's pointless. You're devaluing your worth. A guy who really cares about you and who really is interested in you will meet you halfway. He will show some interest, and he will show up for you just as you are showing up for him. So please keep that in mind when it comes to determining whether you should continue to pursue someone who's just using you and isn't actually trying to cultivate a real solid relationship with you. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I guess enjoyed is not the operative word here, but I hope you found this to be insightful. And if so, please head over to the comment section below and let me know what you would like for me to discuss in a future video. I'll be sure to answer your questions. I hope things work out for you, and I hope that this video proves to be helpful in your real life interactions. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.